So there's a story that we have here in Houston, man, where a 19-year-old was beaten with brass knuckles during a drug deal altercation. This dude was 19 years old, but he shot the two guys trying to rob him. He killed one. Now, this happened on the 7700 block of Corporate Drive. Now, these two individuals, man, were 16 years old. So we got teens killing teens in the city of Houston, man, during a drug deal. You know, what does this world really come to? This area of Corporate Drive, 7700, this is on the southwest side of town. It's, a lower income neighborhood, you know what I mean, on the southwest end, predominantly Hispanic for the most part. A lot of the apartment complexes that you'll go to in and around that area are predominantly Hispanic, okay? Now, police said that the two 16-year-olds were later shot during this robbery event. So the robbery occurred, and then later on they were shot not too long after that, man. And this area, like I said, is a lower income neighborhood. A lot of, migrants and individuals that live over there, man, but, pretty wild. Now, in previous videos, I've talked about the MetroRAIL station in and around downtown. We have two guys, man, that were shot on the Metro platform on the north side of the city overnight. Okay, police said that two people got into a fight off of Fulton Street, and one of them pulled out a gun and fired shots. This goes back to, you got to think twice before you just start an altercation with somebody, man. Everybody's got a weapon. Everybody's got a gun, especially if you live down south. And Fulton Street on the north end, inside of 610, is not the best area. You got Fifth Ward up the street. You know what I'm saying? You got, a couple of lower income neighborhoods up the street, man. So whenever you're on that side of town, you just got to be on your P's and Q's. But mostly, I would highly recommend that you just don't get into a fight with random people, man. 9 times out of 10, they're going to have a weapon on them. One of the victims had a graze wound, and the other person was shot in the hand. Okay, so nobody died, but, in this case, still, it was avoidable. Now, on the southwest side of town, during the night hour, there was a shooting that happened just before 8:30 p.m., right? This happened at a 24-hour tire spot off of, the South Loop West near 610. Now, Houston police said that there was a man at the shop because he had a nail in his tire. One of those spots that you can go and, get tires at 3 in the morning. They're very much necessary. Now, the GM said that while he was not there at the time of the shooting, he was told that the customer was pacing as if he was in a hurry while the work was being done. So that, that's a little bit of a giveaway, man. Now, the police said while the employee was crouched down working on the tire, there was a gunman that ran up and opened fire. He hit the guy, his target, and the employee working on the tire. He was shot in the forearm, and he shot the customer several times before running off. Now, in the surveillance video I put up, more than a dozen shots could be heard, and the gunman could be seen standing over the victim as he continued firing. So this was a targeted shooting, and the guy was out to kill, okay? Doesn't really matter what side of town at that, kind of hour, even though it was right before 8:30. The fact that the guy was pacing back and forth pretty much says everything, right? Maybe he was just, on the go, and Houston, you can easily get a nail in your tire out of nowhere. It's just unfortunate, man. The guy was just wrong place, wrong time. He got caught slipping. I guess his ops or whatever the case may be caught up to him. This is just the nature of the city, man. Now at 9:42 p.m., man, HPD responded to reports of a shooting on the 600 block of West Canino Road. Now, when they rolled up, there was a guy who was pretty much shot and killed inside of his Toyota in his sedan, who was 27 years old. It looks like a car just pulled up to the side of the guy and started firing off rounds. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Eyewitness accounts do state that, quite frankly, they saw the truck pull up next to him. Some guys just started firing into the car, and then he just rolled into the curb. This happened off of the I-45 or near the I-45 overpass. Nobody really knows what happened. Stuff like this does happen. It's a big city, too. So one thing about Houston, right, somebody will do something to you, and they'll be on the opposite side of town, and you'll probably never see him again. Now, we got a man up in Humble, Texas, which is far north, off the 14,800 block of Lee Road, by a man by the name of Richard Lane, who's now pronounced missing. He's an older gentleman. There's so many people across the city who go up missing. Like I said, I-10 runs, east and west. Then you got 45 north and south. Anybody could be anywhere, anytime, not including the people that just get kidnapped, killed, dumped off somewhere in a field, because that happens all the time. I mean, I would say let's just hope that, if anybody has seen him, you can contact HPD and let him know. But, hopefully this guy can be found and he's okay.